So let's go over your paragraph for what things do you think you should know when you go to an interview? So let's go sentence by sentence, and then we'll kind of regroup and go back over it at the end, okay?
Sounds good.
Alrighty, so I'm going to make a combination of comments or suggestions maybe, and then just know some of them are optional because that's your style as a writer, right?
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. Take it away with the first sentence.
Alrighty. First off, one thing that comes to mind is that you should know what the company or organization does.
Yeah, and that's really true, right? Okay.
Yes.
This was just a suggestion. I wondered if you might want to add some kind of a topic sentence here. I mean, we know what you're saying because you're writing to that prompt, but I thought you could add something like there are several things a person should know when they go to an interview.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think it sounds better. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, again, the purpose of the topic sentence is to tell the reader what's coming in the paragraph, which if a person reads the prompt, well, then they're going to know what comes next. But if it's an isolated, it might be good just for clarity's sake.
Gotcha.
And especially, I really like the structure of your paragraph because, you went first off to tell me what's first. You went secondly, and then you went lastly. So you had really good paragraph structure. And I knew that there was more than one thing. So that's why I thought maybe a topic sentence that says there are several things.
Right.
Okay. And I don't have any suggestions in what now has become your second sentence. First off, one thing that comes to mind is that you should know what the company or organization does. So I think that's straightforward, well written.
Gotcha. Alrighty.
Okay, how about this sentence here?
Also, it would be better to know what responsibilities the position you are applying for has.
Okay, so pronounce the word position for me again.
Position.
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 There you go. That's got it.
Position.
It was more like position. It was almost like magician, but with "p" in the front of it. So position.
Position.
There you go. Okay. So agreed. It would be better to know, but I think instead of better, I think you should use the word good.
Good. Okay.
Unless you really mean that it's better to know what the responsibilities are than knowing what the company does.
Okay.
So I think it would be good to know what responsibilities the position you are applying for has. Okay? All righty. And then we got, is this the next? Yep,
Wow.
there you go. There's your next sentence.
It's a long sentence.
It is, but that doesn't mean it's bad.
I kind of underestimated my writing skill, but it seems like I'm doing really good, I guess, right?
Yeah, I think you are. I mean, there's some little changes and there are a few coming in this sentence, so don't get too proud of yourself yet.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Secondly, it would be great if you can look up and find out who are interviewing you on Google or LinkedIn so that at least you can make yourself familiar with people and interview situation.
Yeah. Okay. So good pronunciation and all of that. So here's some suggestions I would make for this. I think it would be better to use a word like wise. I'll put a slash here, or
Smart.
recommended.
It's recommended. Okay.
Because I think to say great, to me, in a formal writing situation, great is kind of a slang term. It's totally fine if you and I are talking and I 100% knew what you meant. But in a more formal writing situation, I think to either say it would be wise if you can look up, or it would be recommended if you look up.
I see.
Okay. And I don't think you need the word can.
Okay.
It would be wise if you look up. Because to me, did I miss the end there? Can is like, are you able to or not? And instead, you're saying this is something you should do.
Okay.
Okay. And find out who, I think here you want to use the word is.
Is, gotcha.
Right? Who is interviewing you on Google or LinkedIn, so that, and I don't think you need this, so that you can make yourself familiar with, I would probably put in the people and, oops, I just need space, and the interview situation.
Okay.
Okay, so if I go back over that, secondly, I'm going to just go with wise. Secondly, it would be wise if you can look up and find out who is interviewing you on Google or LinkedIn so that you can make yourself familiar with the people and the interview situation.
Okay.
Does that still convey your idea?
It does.
Okay. Good. And here's your last sentence.
Alrighty. Lastly, you should know what questions to ask at the end of the interview so that you can show your interest in the company and the position.
Okay. And again, I think that's, position. I think that's a really good suggestion of something that a person should know when you go to an interview. I might suggest that, and lastly, you should know, be prepared with questions to ask at the end of the interview so that you can show your interest in the company and the position.
Okay.
Right? So let's wrap it up and read it. Can you try reading it top to bottom for me with our suggestions and changes?
Sure. And there are several things a person should know when they go to an interview. First off, one thing that comes to mind is that you should know what the company or organization does. Also, it would be good to know what responsibilities the position you are applying for has. Secondly, I'm going to go with recommended this time.
Okay.
It would be recommended if you look up and find out who is interviewing you on Google or LinkedIn so that you can make yourself familiar with the people and the interview situation. Lastly, you should be prepared with questions to ask at the end of the interview so that you can show your interest in the company and the position.
Yeah. I think, what do you think about those changes?
So much better. You make my writing much better. And then it sounds more like natural.
That's what, in fact, that's the exact word I was thinking of, because some of what you said is absolutely clear, but with a few little changes here and there, it comes across more naturally.
Exactly. Thank you.
And then I think we have to add here, P.S. Good luck.
That's a good one.
That's just for the fun of it. I probably wouldn't put that in my paragraph.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, keep on writing.
I will.